What's going on, Switch leaders? Hey, as always, I want to thank you for watching these videos, preparing your mind and your heart, stepping into Switch this week. Have a really cool story to tell you here in a second, but first things first, an update on our goal. So we are currently sitting at 100 even brand new students who've walked through the doors of Switch this semester. And again, I want to engage with why this is something we're so passionate about doing and measuring every week, because we know that if we are consistent as leaders, we're creating a safe place for students to wrestle in their faith and to walk alongside them in life. And when we're consistent and show up every week, no matter what team we're on, no matter what role we play, every role matters to help a student feel needed and known. And so when we step into Switch every single week, creating that safe space and creating that environment leads to them wanting to bring their friends, which means that we are reaching students in places that are special and needed. And also, it's also a great measuring stick of, hey, are we doing what we need to do? So students want to bring their friends with them. And so this is an incredible measuring point that we want to see, hey, where are we at? How are we doing? And to be at 100 students at this point in the semester is fantastic. And we have a goal of seeing 250 students step through our doors this semester. And I'm believing God is going to continue to move in a great way. And what does that lead to? Well, it leads to a story like this week at Easter. I watched a family walk in with a Switch student that have been going through a really rough time and in a rough patch. And this student's consistency at Switch and the involvement of his leaders have led to him taking steps himself. And that step of him engaging in church and serving and being back at Switch every single week has led to his mom starting to serve. And the first time she served was 3 weeks ago. Watched her open doors for people to create a great environment yesterday on Easter Sunday. But most importantly, I watched his entire family worship alongside him at Easter. And that does not happen without our consistency as leaders. And what we do matters so much. And as we go into this week, it's week 2 of Easter. We're celebrating that Jesus has conquered death. And what does that mean for us as we go forward to bring his hope, joy, and peace into the world? That God wants to use us to be a part of his plan to reach the world. This week's going to be really special. I hinted at it last week, but worship's going to look a little bit different. And I hope that you engage like crazy. I know you always do as Switch leaders. You go up to the front of the stage. That makes a difference. You correct students if you see them talking. That makes a difference. But them watching your example makes such a difference to worship a God who sees them and loves them, but also sees you. And it's a time for you to engage with God in a special way. And this Wednesday, we're worshiping in the middle of the room. If you haven't seen this before, man, it's special. And I hope that you're there to be a part of it. Help our kids engage, lead the way in worship. And I'm looking forward to it. I know it's going to be really special. It always is. So we're wrapping up this Easter message as part 2. And then next week is a brand new series, Winning the War in Your Mind for Teens. Now, we did this series a couple of years back. Pastor Craig rewrote this book specifically for students to speak to them right where they're at. And he's actually doing the message next week at Switch. So it's going to be really cool. And then also this upcoming weekend is baptism weekend, something we will primarily be pushing from stage, celebrating what God did at Easter, celebrating what he's done for us, but then also what we do as part of following him. So that's this week, what you can expect at Switch. I love you guys so much. Peace.